Just 1 second. Okay. Is it visible now, Debashri?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It is visible.
Thank you so much. So, because I have some slides also so that everybody can connect with the concept of branding. And, branding is a very interesting topic as well as a complicated topic also. People have perception that branding is about, designing a logo or maybe giving a color or maybe, putting a brand ambassador about my brand. So yes, of course, all these things comes under branding, but branding it is not just limited to giving, designing a logo for a brand or maybe giving a brand ambassador to a brand. It's beyond that. And branding is evolving with the time as our technology is changing, our environment is changing, marketplaces are changing, as well as branding is also changing. So branding moved beyond the just giving a simple identity to any product. So branding is ultimately, if I want to simplify it, branding is a process where we give meaning to a organization, to a company, or a product or service to differentiate it from its competition, to establish it in a market, and to create a distinctive place in the consumer's mind. Yeah. But of course, ultimately, branding is what? Branding is creating a strong brand. And when we think about brand, what comes in a mind? Brand is, having a distinctive identity, maybe, or maybe we think about a luxury product, or we think about a exclusive design. No, I think brand is also beyond that. It has multiple angles. And now it is changing because we have a lot of touch points in the era of the digitization. People are there on the social media. People are they are a lot of tech savvy. They want to know about more about brand. They want to have a lot of engagement with brand, and then ultimately they take the decision. So the definition of brand is also has been changed. So what is brand? If I say in the year of 2022, brand is the set of expectations, memories, stories, and relationships that taken together account for a consumer decision to choose one product or service over another. So if all of you can see here, brand is what? It's like we had some stories with Maggie. We had some memories with our first Maruti 800. We have a relationship with one particular brand. We aspire for certain brands. We all want to have Royal Enfield. We all want to have a, the bridal outfit from maybe Sabyasachi. So brand is all about this. Brand is just not about the offering. It's just not about the product. And how we create all these things, that's the branding. That's the whole process is branding. So many people say that brand is an identity. Of course, it's establishing an identity. In the first place, we create an identity for the brand, but it is a complicated process how we create the identity for the brand. So first we want to give a physique to our brand. As all human beings, we all have a physique. Similarly, we want to give a physique to our brand. We give them all visual elements. We give them a particular logo. We think about a color palette. We think about a tagline. We think about a, packaging of the brand. So we design the outer layer of a brand. Then we started thinking about the personality of the brand. Here we want to treat a brand as a human. As all we have a personality, similarly, some brands are very humorous. Some brands are tough. Some brands are macho. Some brands are feminine. So all brands have personality, and we we create the personality in the first space, and that comes under branding. Then of course we want to develop a unique relationship, a very strong relationship with our customers, not only customers, our followers, our community members, the people those like our brand, or maybe those are the prospects or our brand, future customer of our brand. So we want to develop a relationship in today's era. If you will say, it is very easy to develop a relationship with a brand, because with customers for a brand. Why? Because AI is there, automation is there, so it happens naturally or maybe automatically. But beyond that, brand takes a lot of pain, and they do a lot of innovations to develop a relationship with their customers. Then there is an important factor in brand identity or doing a overall branding, which is called culture. So brand always want to have a story, a culture, their value system, their vision, mission, from where they have started, who were the founder, the origin country, everything. So they want to depict it in their communication to develop the trust, to make a connect with their customers, to be there in the marketplace. So that's why they always have a culture and they want to depict it. Then the fifth element, which is very important, which is called reflection. So what is reflection here? Whenever we have a brand and whenever we want to create a brand, we want to know about our customers also, who are RTG, who are going to RTG, who actually for whom we are creating this brand. So we have that reflection in our mind. We know our TG first, and and we have certain personas in our mind as a brand expert, as a marketeer, or as a brand owner, and we create our brand for them because we ultimately want to cater them. Then comes the self-image. What is self-image? When we cater our customers, our clients, we want them that they imagine themselves with the brand. They see, oh, okay, this brand is made for us, and we and developing a relationship with you, or maybe connect through self-image. So this overall, this is the process how we create the identity. So this is a very important step which we usually do in the first step when we launch our product. When we come into the market, we create this brand identity through all these elements in a very systematic manner, in a very organized manner. But ultimately what happens, we need to maintain this brand. Okay, so maintaining a brand is the most difficult part, and then the role of branding starts. And we keep on doing a lot of innovative things, a lot of small, big things to, maintain our brand. So I think that's branding, Debashri. So I tried to, make it simple. So maybe, yeah. So what is your next out? Yes.
Ma'am, so we have heard a lot about the brand identity. So is it like just one thing that comprises of the brand identity, like the logo is only the brand identity, or is it just the tagline that is the brand identity? So like I have a doubt regarding that. Is it just one thing that makes the brand identity, or is it like a mix of two or three more things that makes up the identity for a brand?
So yes, so of course, logo is important for any brand. Tagline is important for any brand. Giving a unique name is very important to any brand. But I will definitely say that branding is beyond this. Ultimately, as I told you, that branding is something. In the first space, I thought about a unique name. I thought about a logo. I have selected a color palette for my brand. But how to maintain that? Like initially we did a lot of promises to our customers, and now this is the time when we want to maintain those promises, or we want to have a continuous connect with our brand. So for that we choose some other elements also. Okay. And of course, these elements plays a very important role, and these elements should be very, very meaningful, very, very memorable, connected with the consumer. So as here you can see in this slide, I have few examples, and I guess all of you will be able to connect with these brands. So whenever we see Amazon logo, what comes in our mind? A smiley, or maybe a place where things available, A to Z, all everything is available, and it's like they have given a tagline like "Apni Dukan." Yes. If you see Spotify here, so why they have selected color green? No tech company before Spotify had the color green as their brand color. Most of them had blue color. Spotify selected green color because they want to relate themselves with growth and creativity. KFC, we all can see it's like finger licking good. Their famous tagline, but it was a famous tagline, and it's just not a tagline, it's beyond that. So they are very sensitive during COVID. What they did, they changed the tagline from "it's finger licking good," they made it "it's good," because licking finger was not supposed to do at that particular time. It was not supposed to be a safe action. So they changed the tagline, but because it was so connected with their identity, post-COVID, again, they resumed the tagline. Some brands are known for their exclusive packaging. So Kinder Joy, everybody, we all know that Kinder Joy, known for its packaging. There are many other products those are known for their packaging, like maybe you can see Pringle has an exclusive packaging, or maybe, many other brands have a very exclusive packaging and known for their packaging. Some brands are known for their culture, their origin story, and they want to depict that story every time, like Amul. It's a very famous brand, although they are very, always have current, talk about the current topics, but they still have the culture. They show their culture that, okay, it's originated from a cooperative society, it's from a Gujarat village, and how it is emerged and now expanded over the country. Then some brands, when we think about some brands, what comes in our mind? Their brand ambassador is the first thing which comes in our mind. So what, like when we think about Hyundai, what comes in our mind? Shah Rukh Khan. And some brands moves beyond it, the logo, brand ambassador, culture, tagline. So like one brand like Mamaearth, which it's only 4 or 5 years old brand, is known for its vision, how they have started, and they are the first made safe certificate. So that has become their identity. So yes, logo, color, tagline, it creates identity, but it should have meaning also, and it should have a sense beyond that also, so that it can connect with the brand. Yeah, thank you, Debashi. I think I have answered your question.
Yes, ma'am, definitely, ma'am. So, ma'am, we've heard like, so for a brand to be successful, obviously there needs to be like a strategy regarding like the proper implementation of the brand processes that they are going to implement. So, like, what exactly is a brand strategy? And also, ma'am, like, why is it important for a business to have like a proper brand strategy? Like, how crucial is it for a business?
Yes. So as a marketer, we all should understand that branding is a very systematic process, first of all, and it has a lot of different components. It's a part of marketing also, it's a part of overall business objectives also, it's about your image, it's about your value in the market. So definitely we should have a strategy for branding. We should have a brand strategy in place if we want to succeed in our business. So branding starts with research, knowing what exactly customer wants and what exactly you can offer them. knowing that opportunity, knowing that gap also. So it starts from research, then creating a complete plan. Then of course, branding is just not the outer word telling customer. It's about the all stakeholders. It's about your organizational setup also, your HR policies also, how employees think about and how you are going to leverage them for your publicity, for your PR. So looking at that aspect also internally also. And if you are a brand which is there in the market maybe quite some time, so then looking at your brand backward also is very important. Your brand audit is also very important, and maybe comparing yourself with the competition is also very important. So all these things, all these elements actually comes under the brand strategy. So yeah, it's a technical process, it's a management process, and we have a complete systematic approach for that. So, and there's a data which which approved showed that these things matters a lot. So yeah, Debashri, you have a question here, I guess. You raised hand. Yes.
No, ma'am, no question as such. It was for Arpit. So
Okay.
yeah. You
Okay.
can continue,
So
ma'am.
can I continue?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. So there is a lot of data which showed that trust is an element which plays a role when people connect with a brand over a year. So 54% people don't trust brand because of broken promise. So so initially you have promised something and you are not able to sustain with that promise, then people leave your brands, they don't follow your brand, they don't trust your brand. 60% think that a consistency experience when dealing with brands online, in store or phone. So you need to be consistent in all your touch points. Okay, so whether it's your showroom, whether it's your app, whether it's your website, whether it's your social media pages, you need to be there, and you need to be there in an integrated manner. So that's the crux of the branding. Branding is something which you have decided initially, and you are doing it with a lot of passion, with a lot of innovation, and with us in a very systematic manner. So here I have again few examples of some brands. Those are very established brands. They are in the market. Maybe some brands are since last 50, 60 years, and they are maintaining their brand value. They are maintaining their position, in the chart of the brand, top 10 or top 100 brands globally. So if you can see here, Coca-Cola. So Coca-Cola is what? It's a simple soda, but how they are doing their branding beautifully, their vibrant color packaging, and they keep on changing their communication style, and they make it very relevant. They have given a personality to Coca-Cola, which is synonym of happiness. So you are sitting with group of friends, and Coca-Cola, you're having Coca-Cola. So what happiness comes into the room, and they make it very connected also, very emotional aspects also, they bring these aspects also. So that they have, you must have seen this campaign where they said, share your Coca-Cola with your papa, with your mama, with your brother, sister. So that way they try to connect with people. Then there is another example of Burger King, if you can see. So Burger King, again, what is that? It's a simple product, simple burger, but how they make it relevant. And especially the tough times, during COVID, what they have done, a simple innovation. They made a giant, hats for their customers, and they gave it in their stores. And they said it will maintain social distancing. There is McDonald's, a global renowned brand, is still very, very sensible, very, very sensitive for the local market. So they have changed their menu as per the Indian demand, as per the Indian market. And then they are trying to change their packaging also time to time. So the latest one, what is that? because there is a lot of rush in the McDonald's stores. So what they have done, they made a tattoo back type of packaging, and which can be changed into a table also. So they keep on doing this innovation. Why? Because they want to connect with their customer. They want to be relevant in the market. They want to be there in the mind of the consumers. So that's the motto. Some brands, known for their CSR activity, their cause, how they support the causes. So one is like, I have this example, India ki ke hunger ki bajao. So it's Ching soup. If you heard about Ching soup, so they had one CSR program which is like India ke hunger ki bajao. So when you are doing any CSR activity also, you connect with your brand overall objectives, what values you had, so you synchronize with the branding it. So that's the beauty of brand. Like, it's about every simple thing which you do in the complete life cycle of the product, life cycle of the brand. So yeah, Devishri.
Excuse me, ma'am. I do have a doubt.
Yes.
With the rise of entrepreneurial culture in India, could you please tell us how to develop a brand strategy from a startup or a small business perspective?
Okay, for a startup or a small businesses, you're saying. So yeah, there is a myth actually. Many people think branding is a very expensive exercise, and that's why mostly startups, they think, okay, we'll not be able to do a very effective branding for our startup maybe, or for our business. So it's not like that. As I have shown you these examples, these are very, if you want to change a wrapper like in Coca-Cola, do you think it's expensive? No, it's just a simple innovation. It's just a simple packaging. You can communicate so many things. So yeah, so we can always think about a very effective strategy, brand strategy for the for any startup, for small business. So I'll show you one process, the steps I have jotted down here. Maybe you can relate with it. So how can we start a strategy for startup? It definitely will start with defining your own goals, like what exactly you want to do. Okay. And then conducting the brand research, knowing your own brand, what kind of personality you want to develop, or if you had a product quite in some time in the market, so again maybe you can go back and again do the audit. Then, because it's a marketplace, a lot of competition is there, and you want to survive in this marketplace. So how will you survive in this marketplace? So you need to give a spotlight, that like what makes you different, your USP. So you need to figure out, okay, these are the points which can make me different, can through which I can stand out in the market. And of course, the most important thing, treat your business or startup as a person. Give your startup or maybe your business or organization a personality, some values, culture, mission, vision, so that people will be able to connect, customer will be able to connect. Then in the era of the digitization, where again, as I am saying, there are a lot of touch points, the experience matters a lot. So you need to give an exclusive experience to your customer, whether it's through giving them some special treatment, customized messages, customized offers, some schemes, some sales promotion. So you need to craft that tool where you can give some exceptional experience to your customers. Then try to develop a community. A like-minded people may come together and create a community and involve with that community, because if you will have a niche and will create a community through that, then you will be a powerful brand, at least in that community. at least in that niche, you will be known at that place, and you will have a strong hold in that place. And of course, after doing all these, steps, or maybe, process, the most important part is, how to maintain it. So you need to maintain it through, again, continuous, branding techniques, communication, experience to customer. And here, in this, in 2022-23 upcoming years, the visual identity is going to play a very important role, very, very important role. So you need to, choose your visual identity very clearly. Like, you need to, invest a lot of time in your visual identity, like which colors should I adopt, or maybe how the design of your, app, user interface. So that something is very, very important for any startup, for any business, I'll say. And unify your social media accounts, because it's something, social media accounts will give you immense opportunity for, developing your own PR. So you all should use the social media in a very, very strategic manner, so that you can have a lot of organic PR, a lot of publicity through your social media pages, and you can create a trustworthy brand. I would like to say that. So yeah, so maybe you can, think about these areas, and through which you can create a brand strategy for your startup, for your business. Yes, Arpit?
Thank you, ma'am, for this wonderful thing. But is it must, like, why is branding is the must for a successful business?
Very interesting question. So why branding is must for, for a success in any business, I would like to say. So yes, why it is important, maybe we'll see through this slide. So the first and foremost point is that it gives recognition to you. Recognition doesn't mean, knowing the name of the company. It gives recognition in the, in the terms of the trust, in the terms of the value, in terms of the services which you offer. And people started trusting you because when you have a strong, brand, okay, strong brand in the sense of which is serving you in a very consistent manner. So this something, it's important for the recognition from the customer, trust from the customer. It helps your advertising. Advertising is something, it's a paid exercise, and we pay, we have to expend some money, we have to spend some money on advertisement. So it's a paid exercise, and it's not easy to you have a very effective advertisement, because there are a lot of exercise happen during media planning. There are a lot of medias are there, and you need to have a very good communication style, communication message. So like how branding helps advertisement, it supports advertisement, boost advertising. So maybe you have a simple ad, but you have a strong, very good social media pages on place, and you posted those ad on time, and you asked your community to maybe share those ads, and you have a strong community on place, and they have shared your ad. So it is something will be more effective without much expense, and more trustworthy also, more organic also. Then branding is something which adds financial value also to a brand. So how it adds the financial value? There is a Capgemini survey that people are ready to spend just double money when they trust any brand. So it develops equity over the year. People are ready to give premium when they start trusting any brand, when they start feeling connected with any brand, as well as it gives opportunity to expand your business. Like you can do a lot of brand extension if you have a brand. So of course, in the similar line in your area, of course, you can do in the same industry, you can do a lot of expansion, a lot of brand extension, as well as there's multiple examples, where, brand leveraged their brand identity, their equity, and they started something completely different. So what KFC Hong Kong did once upon a time, they came up as a brand extension. They launched the edible nail paints, chicken flavored edible nail paints. So it's a beauty of having a strong brand, like you can leverage your brand. Then, in a good brand, when we have a good brand, a strong brand, everybody wants to be a part of that brand, as an employee, as a partner, as a in the other form, other type of stakeholders. It gives immense pride. So you can relate, like everybody wants to take a job in Google, everybody wants to take a job in Amazon. So it is helpful in having a good HR part, also having a good organizational setup also. And of course, it helps to connect with the new customers, new clients, move into the new segment, new TG. So that way also it helps a lot. So yeah, so I would like to say branding is must for any sort of business, any sort of startup. Yeah, Arpit?
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, like particularly me and some of my friends found branding to be a very lucrative field, right? Could you please tell us the skills required to pursue this particular profession?
Okay, so branding is interesting. If we choose it as a career choice, we take it as a career, and it has two parts. If I want to elaborate, branding as a career path. So of course, one is the brand side and one is the agency side also. So agencies, if you have heard about the agencies, there are different types of agencies there in the marketplace. Like advertising agencies, PR agencies, marketing research agencies. There are boutique agencies. There are many agencies, those offer, all these things in the integrated form. So you can be there. You can opt that career path also. Sorry. You can opt that career path as a in the field of creative, in the field of media planning, in the field of maybe client relation. So that is one part where branding is very important. Then second part comes in as a brand side. So of course there are multiple career paths in the brand side. So of course brand head, brand manager is one role. And then comes the other sectors, like maybe social media analyst, reputation manager, social media handling, then content handling. So there are various areas where branding plays a role. So what kind of skill sets are required to maybe to join these kind of role, or maybe to enter in this industry? I would like to say communication is must. You should be a very good should be expert in the communication, advanced ability to communicate, whether it's a verbal communication, whether it's a written communication. You should know how to express yourself, how to communicate with your clients, with your customers. And because it's not just a one person job, mostly we have, in this area, we have a team where we need to work with a team. So you should know how to, do a teamwork and express our feelings, or maybe communicate with our team members also. So an advanced ability to communicate is must. That is the first skill set which, is must in this particular area. Then a knack for creativity. So as we have seen so many, examples, branding examples, like, Burger King's giant hats, or maybe Kinder Joy's packaging, or maybe one simple tagline which became the synonym of the brand. Everywhere creativity is important. Okay, so you should have that sense, at least at that angle of the creativity. where you can bring something out of the box, where you can give something, unique to a brand, add on something, which can differentiate the brand with the other counterparts or maybe other competitions. So that creativity is important. Then many people think that branding is all about the creativity. No, it's not just about the creativity. You should have, interest in the number handlings also, data handling also. So you should have, that analytical skill also, because, it's all about arranging the data, because you have a lot of insights first and then you develop your brand, or maybe you design any campaign, or you come up with a new activity, and you have a lot of data in your hand on, and then you want to make it logical also. So the number handling, that analytical skill is also important. Or maybe in the coming years, it is going to be one of the important skill, yes, in the area of branding also. Then you need to be relevant, capacity to read trends. What does it mean? There is a saying that if you are in media, if you are in advertising, if you are in branding, so you should know the art of creating news. Or if you're not able to create any news, then you should know how to become a part of any news, because ultimately everybody want to see some timely things, some things those are relevant, those are fresh. So that is applicable to branding also. So if there is any trend, there is any upcoming trend, if any disruption is happening in the marketplace, any changes are happening in the marketplace, it could be in the form of technology, it could be in the form of culture, it could be in the form of the customer behavior also. So you should have that ability to analyze those trends and act very proactively. So that is another skill set. So you need to be you should be aware about your surroundings, about the industry where are you working, your direct customers as well as indirect customers also. So that proactiveness is must in branding. Okay, presence of mind is must in branding. And there is one more a very important element or skill set I would like to say is the ability to adapt. What is that ability to adapt? Ability to adapt is as a when you are having a career, or maybe you're working for a brand, you should know that how I make how should I design my brand, or maybe offer my brand in such a way that people will connect with it, and it should adapt in the market. So like if it is changing, you need to have that quick skill set, or maybe quick sense that how to adapt with the changing needs, changing demands of the market. So that ability should be there. So I think, yeah, so these are the some skill sets. Those are very important. Along with that, of course, you need to have a tech savvy person. You need to have you should have a lot of time management also. You should have a team player, and of course the subject knowledge is very important. So when you want to make a career in branding, you should know the fundamentals of marketing, fundamentals of business, even though accounts, operations, you should know all these things. And of course the area where you are working, the brand for which you are working, you should know about that particular industry also. So I think, yeah, these skill sets are important, Arpit. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
So any other questions, maybe, if you want to ask? Or Puneet? I'm open for other questions also.
All right. So anyone, if you have any questions, you can just ask us now. So we'll proceed to the next steps ahead in this webinars of today. So any questions, you can just pop in the chat box. We'll be happy to help you with the answers, or else we'll keep the question and answers later on. So
Sure.
thank you so much for your wonderful insights, ma'am, about the branding. We came to know a lot of good things and how a brand should be, there for a successful business, right? So how a brand really helps to a business to grow. Thank you so much for the wonderful insights. So now we'll be talking
Thank
about.
you, Puneet. Thank you for the opportunity. Yeah, please carry
Yeah.
on.
So now we'll be talking about the brand V School. So before we start, I would like to present a small video about our campuses. We have two campuses, Mumbai and Bangalore. So we will be having the question answers at the end, and also we'll be talking about why we should join the media and entertainment program, right? So let me quickly start sharing the screen. All right. So, all right. So next we'll be starting with the slides, like why you should select the program and what exactly the media and entertainment program at Welingkar is all about. So I'll be sharing my screen now. Yeah. So I believe this is visible.
Yes, sir.
All right. So great. So we'll be this is the topic of discussion for the PGDM entertainment, PGDM media and entertainment. So we'll be starting with the program overview, then the placements, then alumni details, and the student persona. So why a student should pursue the PGDM media and entertainment program at Welingkar. All right. So if you talk about the program overview, so we started started this program in 2016. This is the sixth batch which is going on, and we have placed the students in various organizations, not in the media roles, but also in the other non-media companies. But the role is specifically handling the media or the promotion or reaching out to the target audiences for this specific companies, right? So this program is specifically for those who are aspiring to be highly effective media business management professionals, right? So it's not about making a movie, right? It's about how movies work, how movies generate revenue. So the zebra on the left, you can see it is transformation from the old traditional mediums, like the way we used to watch Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma, right? And our favorite KBC. Now everything is online. We can sit at any point of time on the OTT platform. We can watch any number of programs, whatever program we are. Everything is getting revolutionized, right? So this transformation is the new change, right? So the industry needs managers who can understand the media perspective. How does this industry works, and how basically generation of revenue from different sources. So all right. So if you talk about the placements and companies, so we have different sectors in which the students get placed. So right now the highest salary is 22 lakhs and the average is around 12.81 in the campus. The placement is still going on, and we are expecting to get more and more students getting placed with the highest packages. So we have if you talk about the specific media companies, we have Z, Viacom, IMI, so Imami and Shimaru, and to name few. Then we have FMCG companies like Tetra Pak, Hindustan Pencils, Bata. So students get different kind of roles in this organization. So we'll be talking about the roles in the next slides also. So someone who wants to get into the IT sector, but they are very creative. So these people, the IT companies need managers who can help them in reaching out to the target audiences, or maybe creating their brand presence. So we have IBM, we have Infosys, we have Cognizant, we have Infrasoft and other companies on the campus if you talk about the IT sectors. So there are multiple verticals and multiple companies which come for the placement for them specifically for media and entertainment program, right? So if you talk about the media companies, the kind of job roles which are there for the media people, it's media sales, client servicing, account management, consultancy, then digital marketing, then PR management, media analytics, right? Media consultant. So if you're a creative mindset and you want to get and explore this kind of domains, then the media companies, which kind of roles which offers is this. If you talk about the non-media companies, like if you talk about the FMCGs, or if you talk about uh, the tech companies, they hire students for the business development as a management trainee, sales, marketing, research, and strategy. So, so if you talk about the alumni, we have since 2016 we have various alumni in the very good organizations. They're working with Shamaru, they're working with Viacom 18, right? Ad Factors, and they're doing really, really well in their particular domains. So we have Shravani Thale from, she's working with Geo Savan. And last week she was here for the alumni conclave. And it was really wonderful interacting with her and understanding what is her current role in that organization and how she's doing well. So alumni is what you can really get in touch with on LinkedIn and ask them about your doubts about the program, or any specific information you need to have. You can just check with the alumni on the LinkedIn. So we have students working with Mercedes Benz, right? So she is our student, the last year pass out, Ashi Jain. She's working with Mercedes, right? So she's handling the digital operations there. So you can see her LinkedIn profile as well. So there's a plethora of opportunities available to you once you are into PGDM media and entertainment, right? So if you want to get into marketing, for me personally, I think media is the right program for you, if not PGDM core. So who should join at the end? So if you want to make a career in marketing, then yes, media and entertainment program is for you. If you want to explore your creative side, yes, this program is for you. For those aspiring to be highly effective media business management, yes, this program is for you. If you're excited about new innovations in the media space, yes, this program is for you. And if you're interested in the communication roles and very creative, then this is the program for you. All right. So this comes to an end of the presentation. So we also have our students with us, right? Arpit. So Arpit, can you hear us?
Yes, sir, I can hear you loud
All
and
right.
fine.
So, yeah, Arpit, can you just, I'll just stop sharing my screen. And Arpit, can you just turn on your video and maybe the audiences can see you?
Sir, I cannot start my video.
All right. All right. So, Arpit, what was the journey at Welingkar be like? I believe you're from Bhopal, right? So, how did you landed up at Welingkar and specifically for media and entertainment program?
Well, I would say discovering a Wellinker in itself was a great journey for myself, right?
All right.
I come from a very technical background and from a small city, though it's a capital, but comparatively it's a tier three city, Bhopal, right?
Yeah.
Moving on, I got to know about, I got interested in management and everything, and I was searching for various colleges, right? And then just one day, one of my friend recommended me with the Wellinkar V School in
Okay.
Mumbai to be specific.
Okay.
And I was just going through their multifaceted programs, right? We have like Wellinkar has got RBA, Wellinkar has got media entertainment, TGDM core. These are all wonderful programs over there. But this media entertainment specifically caught my eye. I did my graduation in BTech in computer science engineering with specialization in gaming and graphics, right?
Okay.
So yeah, so it basically came as an extension to my industry, like which was basically gaming and graphics. And media entertainment comes as a subset of what do you call it? So gaming graphics comes as a media subset of media entertainment industry. So yeah, I was really hoping to join over here, and furthermore, I was really keen on learning marketing, brand management, and these kind of perspective, right?
Okay.
Yeah, this was one of the primary reason I joined Wellinker V School and specifically the media entertainment program.
Okay. So, Arpit, can you also throw some light on your live project? I believe you worked with Shemaru, right, for your live project. So, what was this all about?
Well, I work with Shimaru in the capacity in the various capacity. Basically, with Shimaru we have got a sir. You could say I cannot reveal his name right now, but what the work was basically he trained us in all aspects of the media industry, from gathering the client requirements, like what kind of ad spaces we could have. Furthermore, Shimaru is a company which basically works on syndication, right?
Okay.
It basically you could say gets the content from one place and sell it to another, right? So we have all kinds of research, like how to figure out which contents that could be sold to in a particular region, right? In this particular Shimaru case, I was working as in the capacity of what you call as a MENA region, right?
Okay.
Yeah, over there I came to learn that the most of the population in what you call as MENA region speaks what you call as a you could say a Turkish language, right? Turkish, Persian, like basically a touch of like what you call as a Muslim culture, right?
Okay.
Right. So what we did was what we were able to figure out was we can get the content from the what you call as Muslim countries. For example, you could say Pakistan. It's I know it's a very we have got a various serials over there, and we could dub it because of the culture similarity. We could simply dub it into like these kind of languages such as Turkish and everything, uh, Persian also, and we can sell it to those media companies, right? So we have got a nice model over here. That was one of the things that we did. And currently we are also involved in the Shimaru Live YouTube page also. Over there, our job is to basically you could say as a work as a growth manager right now. So we are basically increasing and learning about the various YouTube algorithm, how does it work, and furthermore a lot.
All right. So that's really wonderful insights from you, Arpit. So we also have Debashri. So Debashri, do you want to share some lights like about the journey at Welingkar, like in this program, and what is the learning in this program?
Definitely, sir,
Yeah.
definitely. So, I come from like a finance background, and I wanted to have a shift to the creative side of things from the very start. So when I was like preparing for my competitive exams and other things, I always wanted to be a part of like a top institute where I could do my masters. And when I was looking for the media and the creative side of things, I came across Wellinger. And when I applied and I got through, it was like one of the greatest things, since I wanted to be on the creative side and I wanted to be a part of like the one of the most top colleges in India for masters and professional education. So Welingkar has always been like the one of the greatest things that I have. And if I say that, like the journey at Welingkar, I have seen the offline and online side of it, and it has like the most I've learned a lot of things. If I would say, I've learned a lot of skills. I've developed hard skills. I've developed technical skills. I've developed soft skills. So Wellinger has played a very integral role in my life somewhere. So yes, that's about it.
All right. Thanks a lot for that insights. So students, you can ask questions if you have any about the program or how to apply at Welingkar. Our last date is 15 Jan. So be quick, right? So any questions do you have? You can just ask us now. All right. I think there's no question as such. So thank you everyone for being here for today's webinar, and I hope you got something to learn about brand management and also some insights about the program Media and Entertainment. And our last date is 15 January, so please apply. And anything else, Shiva? Would you like to ask anything?
No, nothing from my side.
All right. So, ma'am, any questions from anyone? So we can just. All right. So. All right. So I think that this brings us to the end of this workshop. So thank you so much for everyone joining us. So have a great weekend ahead. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.